This is a story about love, lies, and two powerful families who hated each other for years. It is about how their children met by accident, fell in love without knowing who they really were, and discovered the truth too late. It is a story full of secrets, betrayal, pain, and forgiveness. It will make you ask one question: would you choose your family or your heart? In the big city of Lagos, there was a young woman named Mirabel da Costa. She was the only daughter of a rich businessman, Chief da Costa, who owned hotels, lands, and big companies. Mirabel lived in a world of guards, rules, and luxury. People called her the Princess of Lekki. But behind her smile, Mirabel was lonely. Her father was always in meetings, and her mother had passed away when she was 10. Every day, she looked out of her window and wondered what life was like outside the high walls. In another part of Lagos lived Andrew Okori, a tall, hard-working young man with dreams bigger than his world. His father, Mr. Okori, once owned a big company too, but lost everything years ago. He blamed Chief da Costa for his downfall. He told Andrew every day, "Never trust anyone from the da Costa family. They ruined us." Andrew grew up hearing that name like poison. He promised himself he would never go near them. One Friday night, Mirabel attended a big charity gala organized by her father. Important people filled the hall: rich men, politicians, and business tycoons. But Mirabel was bored. Then she met a man holding a camera. He looked different, calm, confident, and honest. He was Andrew, working as a photographer at the event to earn extra money. He didn't recognize her as the da Costa daughter because she wore a simple mask for the gala theme. And she didn't know he was from the Okori family. When Andrew took her picture, Mirabel smiled for the first time that night. He said, "You look like someone who doesn't like being here." She laughed. "You're right. My name is Mimi." Andrew smiled. "I'm Drew." They talked like old friends. They didn't mention their last names. For the first time in her life, Mirabel felt seen. Not as Chief da Costa's daughter, but as a person. After the event, Mirabel couldn't stop thinking about Drew. A week later, she saw him again, this time at an art fair in Lekki. He was painting a wall with children. She joined him, still pretending her name was Mimi. They spent hours laughing and talking about dreams. He told her he wanted to open an art studio one day. She told him she wished she could live a normal life. Their hearts grew close. Back home, Chief da Costa was planning to make Mirabel marry a rich man from Abuja. He said, "You are my only child. You must protect the family name." Mirabel didn't want to marry someone she didn't love. Meanwhile, Andrew's father warned him again. Never deal with those who wear fine clothes but destroy others behind their smiles. Andrew nodded, but he was already in love with Mimi. Mirabel and Andrew began to meet in secret. Sometimes at the beach, sometimes in quiet cafes. They talked about art, family, and freedom. Andrew said, "Mimi, I don't know who you really are, but when I'm with you, I forget my worries." Mirabel said, "And when I'm with you, I feel alive." They promised to keep seeing each other, no matter what. One day, Andrew took a picture of Mirabel and posted it on his small art page. He didn't use her full name, but someone recognized her, one of Chief da Costa's staff. The picture went viral. Chief da Costa saw it and grew angry. "Who is this boy?" he shouted. "Find out!" His men discovered Andrew's name, Andrew Okori, and told him. When Chief da Costa heard the surname Okori, he nearly broke his glass. "That boy's father tried to destroy me years ago," he said. "He will not come near my daughter." He called Mirabel and said, "Stay away from that boy. He comes from a cursed family." But Mirabel refused to listen. She said quietly, "You may own companies, Daddy, but you don't own my heart." A few days later, Mirabel invited Andrew to her art foundation launch. She wanted him to see her world, the good side of her father's empire. When he walked into the hall and saw banners that read "The Costa Foundation for Art and Hope," his heart stopped. He looked at her and said, "Da Costa? You're one of them?" She looked shocked. "You know my father," Andrew said softly. "Your father destroyed mine." The silence between them felt heavy. Mirabel tried to explain, but Andrew walked away. He couldn't believe the woman he loved was the daughter of his family's greatest enemy. At home, Mr. Okori saw the news on TV and shouted, "You have brought shame into this house." He forbade Andrew from ever seeing her again. Both lovers cried in different homes that night. The story spread fast. Newspapers and blogs wrote, "Rival families, children in secret love affair." Everyone talked about it, from workers in markets to taxi drivers. Mirabel stopped going out. Andrew stopped working. Both felt trapped by names they didn't choose. A week later, Mirabel sent Andrew a letter through a friend. It said, "Our fathers hate each other, but our hearts don't. Meet me one last time." He hesitated, but he went. They met under the third mainland bridge at night. The city lights shone on the water. They hugged tightly. Mirabel said, "I don't care about the past. Let's start our own future." Andrew said, "They will never allow it." She smiled sadly. "Then we will find a way." Unknown to them, one of Chief DaCosta's guards followed her and he took pictures of them together and sent them to her father. Chief DaCosta was furious. He called Mr. Okori. The two old enemies met face to face after many years. Their meeting turned into shouting. Mr. Okori said, "You stole my company and left my family in poverty." Chief DaCosta replied, "You brought your own downfall. You were greedy." Old wounds opened again. Neither man wanted to forgive. That night, Chief DaCosta's old secretary visited him. She was an old woman now, but she knew what really happened years ago. She said softly, "Chief, it wasn't Okori who betrayed you. It was your business partner, Mr. Lawal. He made both of you fight so he could take your company." Chief DaCosta was shocked. Everything he believed for years was wrong. Meanwhile, Andrew found an old letter in his father's drawer. It was written by Andrew's late mother to Chief DaCosta's wife before she died. It said, "We started this business together. Please don't let our husband's pride destroy what we built." Andrew realized their mothers had once been friends. Andrew and Mirabel met again and shared what they had found. They were both in tears. Mirabel said, "Our parents let pride destroy everything." Andrew said, "Then let's fix it." They planned to bring both fathers together, no matter the risk. They invited both men to the same old office where the fight began years ago. At first, both refused to look at each other. Then Andrew placed a letter on the table. Mirabel said quietly, "You both were lied to." When Chief DaCosta read the letter, his hand shook. Tears rolled down Mr. Okori's face. After years of hate, they saw the truth. For the first time, the two men spoke without shouting. Mr. Okori said, "We lost too much because of pride." Chief DaCosta nodded. "And our children nearly paid the price." They forgave each other. It was not easy, but it was real. A month later, both families decided to rebuild the old business together. They named it Unity Works Limited. Andrew became the creative director and Mirabel ran the art foundation as part of the company's new branch. People called it the Miracle of Lagos. With their families finally at peace, Andrew and Mirabel could love openly. They didn't hide anymore. Chief DaCosta even smiled one evening and said, "If your mother were here, she would be proud." Their wedding was simple but beautiful, held in a garden full of art and music. Both fathers sat side by side, laughing like old friends. Guests said they had never seen such joy before. When Mirabel walked down the aisle, Andrew whispered, "No more lies, no more hate, only love." At the end of it all, Mirabel said in her speech, Our families carried hate for years, but love made us remember who we are. No name is more powerful than peace. The crowd clapped. The music played. And as the sun set over Lagos, everyone knew this truth. Love does not care about family names. It only cares about the hearts that carry them. Like, share, and subscribe for more juicy stories.